Good evening. I am Madhurima Datta, Zoology and Biology Educational Content Creator. Now's content for B.SC Zoology Honors, M.SC Zoology, CUETPG and CSNET Life Sciences students. Topic: Form and function of mollusca, and unit is mollusca. Form and function of mollusca. First introduction. Reduced to its simplest dimensions, the mollusk body plan may be said to consist of a head-foot portion and a visceral mass portion. The head-foot is the more active area containing the feeding, cephalic, sensory and locomotor organs. It depends primarily on muscular action for its function. Two folds of skin, outgrowths of the dorsal body wall, form a protective mantle which encloses a space between the mantle and body wall called the mantle cavity. The mantle cavity houses gills or ctenidia or a lung, and in some mollusks the mantle secretes a protective shell over the visceral mass. Next point, head-foot portion. Most mollusks have well-developed heads which bear their mouth and some specialized sensory organs. Photosensory receptors range from fairly simple ones to the complex eyes of cephalopods. Tentacles are often present. Next characteristics, radula. Complex muscles move the radula and its supporting cartilage, that is called odontophore, in and out of the mouth, while the members is partly rotated over the tips of the cartilages. There may be a few or as many as 2,50,000 teeth, which when protruded can scarp, pierce, tear or cut. The usual function of the radula is twofold: to rush fine particles of food material from hard surfaces and to serve as a conveyor belt for carrying particles in a continuous stream toward the digestive tract. Next characteristics is food. The molluscan food may be variously adapted for locomotion, for attachment to a substratum, or for a combination of functions. It is usually a ventral sole-like structure in which waves of muscular contraction affect a creeping locomotion. There are many modifications such as the attachment disc of limpets, the laterally compressed hatched foot of bivalves, or the siphon for jet propulsion in squids and octopuses. Next, visceral mass, that is mantle and mantle cavity. The mantle is a sheath of skin extending from the visceral mass that hangs down on each side of the body, protecting the soft spots and creating between itself and the visceral mass a space called the mantle cavity. The outer surface of the mantle secretes the shell. The mantle cavity plays an enormous role in the life of a mollusk. In the simplest form, a mollusk ctenidium consists of a long flattened axis extending from the wall of the mantle cavity. Direction of blood movement is opposite to the direction of the water movement, thus establishing a counter-current exchange mechanism. Next, shell. The shell of a mollusk, when present, is secreted by the mantle and is lined by it. There are three layers. The periostracum is the outer organic layer composed of an organic substance called conchiolin, which consists of quinatant protein. The middle is prismatic layer is composed of densely packed prisms of calcium carbonate laid down in the protein matrix. Next, it is secreted by the glandular margin of the mantle, and increase in shell size occurs at the shell margin and the animal grows. The inner nacreous layer of the shell lies next to the mantle and is secreted continuously by the mantle surface so that it increases the thickness during the life of the animal. The calcareous nacre is laid down in the thin layers. Internal structure and functions. Gas exchange occurs in specialized respiratory organs such as ctenidia, secondary gills and lungs, as well as the body surface, particularly the mantle. There is an opening circulatory system with a pumping heart, blood vessels and blood sinuses. Next, digestive system and excretory system. The digestive tract is complex and highly specialized according to feeding habits of the various mollusks and is usually equipped with the extensive ciliary tracts. Most mollusks have a pair of kidneys, that is a metanephridia, or a type of metanephridium with the inner ends open into the coelom by nephrostome. Ducts of the kidney in many forms also serve for discharge of the eggs and sperms. Now the topic has ended.